met by destiny, travel on a single path, stepping on the sacrifices they have made to create history. We hear it in Bangalore, now which is spreading across India and even in abroad. It is, yes, my dear friends, the history has been made in the name of, and why Raghav and Divya are an inspiration to millions of business experts, the market leaders, when they break their head. Rameshwaram Café was able to break the riddle, or how such a big turnover of 5 plus crores. The formula is very simple. It's passion combined with dedication and hard work. A lot of oppositions that have we made all the sacrifices, made you a chartered accountant only to sell a 20 or 30 rupees dosa in a food cart. Yes, our profit margins be low, but we ensure the highest quality standard of food has been provided to the customer. So what he did is, there will be no refrigerators in my restaurant. We will make chutneys every half an hour. Two different persons with different journeys met by destiny. Of course, we need to call it as a destiny. And they decided to travel on a single path, stepping on the sacrifices they have made to create history. Yes, my dear friends, the history has been made in the name of Rameshwaram Café. Yes, the most bustling, sensational sound, we hear it in Bangalore, now it is spreading across India and even in abroad. It is creating a sensation history. It is not only in social media, case studies has been done against the success story, how in such a short span of time this brand has created so much of volumes in terms of turnovers, in terms of profits, comparison in the growth pattern what the other restaurants have achieved over a period of time, how they are able to achieve this in such a short stint of time. And the financial, the economical, all these experts, the market leaders, and various the growth, economical patterns, influences, everybody is back of this name, the Rameshwaram Cafe. So it will be ideal if I walk you through the two most interesting characters, Divya and Raghav. They are the founders and co-founders of the Rameshwaram Cafe, and the inspirational story behind them, which will make you decide it's whether the luck or the hard work which has make them achieve this history, this feat what they have done in such a short span of time, and why we call it as a history. So come on guys, let me take you through the journey, the hurdles, the challenges, and why Raghav and Divya are an inspiration to millions of people now, and why they are great achievers. Let us get into it. So when the entire the market strategist, all the business experts, the market leaders, when they break their head, like how Rameshwaram Cafe was able to say like the break the riddle, or how such a big turnover of 5 plus crores, 6 crores is feasible achieved in such a short span of time. And people are unable to, the case studies, everything goes, but very seamlessly and very gracefully both Raghav and Divya replies to that, stating that the success formula, the case study, whatever you're trying to figure out how we achieve this success is all about. The formula is very simple. It's passion combined with dedication and hard work, because we generally 9 to 6 or whatever is the mindset of any business guy, or the person who are on typical work pattern of jobs and other things, or it's a usual timing 9 to 6. After post ritual I'll come home, spend time, quality time with my family, my friends and relatives, and they call that is the work-life balance. But for Raghav and Divya, the life balance is only the work. So there is no segregation of work and life balance. For them, the life and the work is everything the same. That is what they call it as the passion towards work, the affinity towards work, and they are so compassionate about it, and nothing could stop them. That what had made them achieve this great success in such a short span of time. Come on, guys. The entire Bangalore is buzzing about this term Rameshwaram Café. So it is ideal to understand, like before knowing, because this story could be an inspiration to lakhs and lakhs of people who are trying to come up with their own, make an empire, create a history, or form their own startups, ventures. So ideally, before knowing just the say the five-figure mark, or whatever it is in crores, or what the turnovers it is achieving, we should just rewind back a little. Who is Raghav and who is Divya, and how, what is the journey they come through all these years, and how they made this feat possible. To say about Divya is a certified chartered accountant, and successfully she's been practicing for several years post a completion of CA. And we can say, like in one of her interviews also, she has quoted what inspired her to come into the hotel industry, which even in her wild dreams she would have not thought. Of course, any chartered accountant, or any chartered accountants are not entitled to do a separate business generally. So, and she being such a successful chartered accountant with such a big list of key customers and clienteles and other things, who else will leave such a lucrative career and come for starting a restaurant? So while Divya was doing her finance and accounting at IIM Ahmedabad, that time one of his professors, they have very sarcastically quoted that all Indians are not up to the mark, or they are waste in terms of launching their business or having a chain of successful business entities, just like you can call Starbucks, you can call McDonald's, you can call KFC. These are all worldwide leading food chain, professionally managed, well maintained, systematically successful, driven, pan globe. They have their presence, and they are all so systematically be driven by the founders, or the persons who are running the show behind it. But in India, we don't have any such setup. In fact, that is a true reality. If you had to say some 15 years back, there were not much growing. Now, many are emerging players like Divya and Raghav, the Rameshwaram Cafes, and so many other entities are coming as chain of groups of restaurants, or in any field, if you were to take. Many brands have come up. But in the talking about 2 decades back, only these MNCs were dominating us, and we didn't have like any kind of systematic chain of group of companies which got its presence established even pan India. So, if you had to say, trace back Divya's family, her early stages of her education and other things. Divya's come from a typical middle class family, where the father is a priest. It comes from that background, and she have chose to become a chartered accountant. She has quoted a very what to say, in a simple and elegant manner, that since their parents are unable to sponsor her for MBBS, or though she is so good in academics, unable to sponsor for engineering in a top college or an MBBS, she chose chartered accountant, because chartered accountants generally are paid a stipend during their tenure of training itself. So she chose chartered accountant, and daily 6 o'clock her tuition classes will start. Parallelly, she's been working with a chartered accountant. and she very happily recollects that her first pay was 400 rupees, and father used to give her some 1500 as pocket money for every month, and she values that money so great. uh, and she even says that for it will almost for a week she will spare that money to have an egg puff. To have an egg puff, it is not that just like that she will go and buy it or do it a thing. She will save that money, whatever she has, that resource of 2000. Rupee by rupee, she spends it very resourcefully, and even for taking a egg puff, she takes so much of time to understand that okay, let me have plan it at this week, this day of the week or whatever it is. So that is how it goes. So as coming back to her studies, the tuition classes starts at 6, and those were the times where, just like in 2024 or the recent times, where there will be big screens where the whoever is the coach or taking the classes, they enter. There will be speakers where even you sit on the last bench of the row, you will be able to receive the say the classes, whatever the coach takes, the tutor takes. You will be able to hear it even on the last bench, or the screens where when the classes goes on, that you'll be able to observe the class even from the back rows. Those are the times you sit on the first few rows only, the voice is audible, and you're able to hear what the coach teaches you on the daily basis. So what Divya do is she goes to the class half an hour in advance so that she can seat herself on the first row and listen to the class. 6 it starts, she has to be there by 5:30, and the class winds off at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. at night. Guys, understand the determination Divya had at even during the earlier phase of her school days and other college periods kind of thing. 35 kilometers is the distance between her house and the tuition class. She shuffles 2 buses and reaches the class. The class gets winds off by 10. Again, take the 2 buses back home, and she reaches home by almost 12 midnight. So, 12 p.m. a girl reaches home, and thanks to her parents, those were the times that her family is so orthodox that females are supposed to be there inside the house by 6, and there are so many talks going on in the family. Why you want a girl to be educated so high? How will you file in the alliance? Because by 18, 19, 20, the girl will get married and the parents get relieved from the responsibilities. That's how their culture. But they've been so accommodative to understand that the education is so important, and they've been supporting Divya's dreams to become a chartered accountant. So from there it went on, and she has very very casually quoted that I have never seen a sunrise or a sunset for 5 years, because she goes to bed by reaches home by 12, then gets for a short wink of sleep, again gets up at 3, focus on her studies, go back to office, because you know how a trainees will be, how tough a trainees profile will be there in the earlier course of the training period with the chartered accountant. All the works, majority of the works will be put on to them. They shuffle departments, but Divya was eager to take upon whatever responsibilities have been leveraged to her, and she had kept the training very smoothly. And wherever she is part of the Bangalore, meeting customer clients or for the firm she works with, she has to be back to the tuition once again by 10:30. That is, she has to be back to the class by 5:30 so that she could be there on the first benches, attend the classes, and start back home by 10 sharp. So this was been her schedule for almost 5 years. And once she completes her CA, she then become a member of the Chartered Accountant Institute, and she launches her career very firmly, and life goes beautifully for Divya. She settles down well, earns well, and have some of the prestigious customers there, and life is well settled for Divya. Now let's come to the other side of the table, how it goes, been going, how, what are the paths of and traits of hurdles Raghav have come. So for Raghav, it is something like He's been there in the food industry for almost 15 years, but he didn't had any support from the family. So he started his food industry business from the scratch level of in the cart. So in the cart only Raghav's business started. In fact, he is an engineering dropout. But the good interesting part is that later, after 10 years, he completed all the thing. But during that phase of his career, didn't complete his engineering, and he was just starting his business in a cart, and things were going. And there were times that even he had done many odd jobs as a cleaner, vegetable cutter, as a manager in the lobby, and he has done all the odd jobs in the restaurant. But the good thing is that he is exploring and learning during the tough phase also, and he has done all the possible what to say the to make himself survive and establish his business, and to ensure that he meets the daily needs and all the basic stuff. So that how difficult Raghav's life can be. So you can understand now the journey, the peak he has achieved. But he's been, as all these fancy stories we heard only in the movies, where in over a song people become the great industrialist and multi-crorepati's and all this stuff. But see, understand, Raghav has made this possible more than the movies. That yes, hard work can, with passion and dedication and determination, can reach you to such great building empires and such great success. So he has done all the possible jobs at the restaurants, and right from the cleaning the table to the maintaining the lobby to all the stuffs he could manage, to the waiter, to everything, he has been there. So that was the time that he's been slowly building up his cart, the food cart business he was doing. He was able to establish that cart business to multiple branches, 10 branches kind of stuff. But he was not able to manage the day-to-day finances, and he fumbled miserably. That was the time Divya has been brought into Raghav's life by a common friend as a consultant kind of a see, because she's being a CA and financial consultant. They just met, been through a common friend, and Divya started to advise Raghav, like, why did you do these kind of mess-ups? You could have avoided these mistakes so that you could have not made yourself in such a mess. So Raghav also took the advice and all those stuff, since Divya was a certified chartered accountant and an expert. So he took the idea. But over a period of time, suddenly called Divya and said, no Divya, this is not working out. Totally I have fumbled. I am planning to quit this, close all this business, come out of it, and not being in association with anyone whom I've been running so far, and I want to start from the scratch a new business, a new restaurant kind of a stuff, and will you be able to stand by me? So for Divya, even in her wild dream, she didn't know what food industry is, but she know how expertise Raghav had been. So she voluntarily said, yes Raghav, I'll stand by you, but this is a huge decision for me too, because coming from such a background. And when this been disclosed to her, Divya's family, they were all in rude shock and started to reciprocate very refraining, and in terms of lot of oppositions, that have we made all the sacrifices, made you a chartered accountant only to sell a 20 or 30 rupees dosa in a food cart? This is what the dream is all about. This is what the life you want to take it, after positioning yourself through so much of hurdles and hard work and coming to this status in life. Why do you want to end up going to selling a dosa or idli in a food cart by the roadside? But by then, Raghav, since Divya has given the word, Raghav has already quit his complete business, closed it, and finally, trusting that Divya is going to stand by him, he has quit everything already. So now it is either Divya has only two options, either to go by her parents' words or her own instincts to support Raghav for the word she has given him, that I'll stand by you to build an empire. So finally, as the as the destiny unfolds, or that is how this uh, uh, the history is determined to be made by the universe or by whatever it is. So Divya took the call, gave up her degree, because as I reiterated, the chartered accountants are generally not supposed to do a separate business. If they do a business, they need to surrender the degree back to the institution. So Divya surrendered back the degree to the institution, and finally came and merged with Raghav to start this empire, start this business from the scratch, from the food cart. So and from there they started flourishing slowly by the expertise of Raghav, because they segregated the department, the food industry. Raghav will take care the finances and everything. Divya will take care, as she is the a thorough expert in maintaining the finances as a certified chartered accountant. So that's how it's slowly the growth path succeeds with Raghav and Divya. The Rameshwaram Café is concerned, and there are so many the standardization and customization. What the policy they implemented have made them to this success. See, generally in all the restaurants they will say like put the chutneys or the batter and everything in the refrigerator till customers are there, and it is the leftover whatever is the quantity is put in the refrigerator. Again it is being defreezed and served to cook and given to the customers. So but here what the first thumb rule Raghav made is, so let us stand apart from the all the other competitors, the all the other the market benchmarkers, like what they call. Let us use pure ghee. Let us ensure, let us our profit margins be low, but we ensure the highest quality standard of food has been provided to the customer. So what he did is, there will be no refrigerators in my restaurant. We will make chutneys every half an hour and serve it. So the chutney is made every half an hour. It goes to the counter. From counter, it goes to the customer's plate. So imagine how that is the secret. That is how the secret. We call it as a secret recipe, but that is the secret or the strategy Raghav has made to serve fresh chutneys, which will ultimately make any customer feel, wow, this is the best food I have had, because the freshness is there, and the that oldness of any taste which is freezed and defreezed will lose its value, as we all know. So that is how even it goes to the batter, where in batches the same day, multiple batches, the batter is prepared, no freezing. So freshly the batter is prepared and allowed for that settling period for the batter to be processed, and once it is done, it is completely processed. It is put into the what is the dosas or the idlis or whatever it is supposed to be cooked, but all are fresh batter made and processed the same day in multiple batches. So this is one of the key, though it is a very cumbersome process. They ensure only there is a small chiller there to put on the say the ghee or the curd or the butter, these kind of stuff. So they ensure though their profit margins are very less, but highest quality of food needs to be served. The same goes with selecting their whatever the cooks or other thing. Directly nobody is being sent into the kitchen. Almost 6 months, several months of vigorous training is given to the cooks, where only if that particular quality of standard is maintained, where the cook may know to cook so many things, but they ensure, Raghav ensured that the cook cooks to the style of the standardized pattern, how Raghav wanted it, in a uniform pattern to be served in Rameshwaram Café. Whichever branch they cook upon, all the cooks should be cooking in a uniform pattern. So that is how they train their cooks, and all the they have some key say employees who takes care of the entire show. They even say that rather than they choosing the employees, it is God's destiny. They lucky to have such kind of employees who, being the almost some 10 people are there on 700 employees. It is all managed by the Raghav and Divya with the support of these 10 members, the key members uh, who've been given multiple departments to ensure that everything is complementing each other and the show is running smooth, and it is like a family how they operate together to bring out such magic in Rameshwaram Cafe. So the employees are trained well, all their salaries, their packages are also given much beyond the market standards. The quality of food is maintained, the customization, standardization is being maintained so great and unique in Rameshwaram Cafe has been formulated by Raghav and being supported and complemented by Divya. Where see, in early times when she was a student, she used to wake up at 3 o'clock. That's yes, of course, it's a great feat, great hard work, but at that age it is fine. And on her one of her interviews into some social media platform, also she has very clearly mentioned at that point of time, say like when she was carrying 4 months or something, uh, that time also she ensured she was there at the office the previous night at 3:30, and the next coming week they had plans. She has plans to fly to Dubai because they're opening up a branch there. And she says that me and Raghav we come to home to ensure to get some quick, swift rest, have a nap at the night, and then again start back to office. They really hate back sitting at home and running the show kind of a stuff. When the people ask for jobs also, especially women and other people, she says, you come out of the home first, come out of your comfort zone. Nothing could be achieved when you're going to sit at home, do networking, meet people, have a clear thought process what you want, especially the people who are seeing Raghav a piece of advice and inspiration to all the youngsters, to people who want to form an empire, form a startup, form a lucrative journey in business and other things. They say just have a clear focus business plan, come out of the shell, have a clear understanding on what your finance patterns are. Don't much to be dependent on the loans from the banks or other thing. Have your own finances. Even if you take a loan, try to close it off as soon as possible. Reinvest the 70% what profit you get back into the business so that it will give you back. They are prop taxpayers. Even there was a raid at a few of their branches a year back, Rameshwaram Café, but the income tax officials were surprised and asked Divya that what happened. We could not find anything searching the entire day because she is such a perfect law-abiding citizen. She pays her taxes. She says, "I get an 100 rupee. I'll see to that the GST and the tax that amount is kept, and that is not my money." That genuineness they have maintained so gracefully, and she even has quoted that. She spoke to all these income tax officials. I am a chartered accountant, and if I am unable to manage my financials as an expert and be a law-abiding citizen by beautifully paying my GST and other taxes, how can I recommend to my customers? So this genuinity has made them to this great success. We could understand how the mindset for them, and they even say that anybody who want to take their franchises just like that, they will not give their franchisee to them. In fact, they observe 2 complete years to know what the mindset of the person coming to acquire the franchisee, what is his attitude, whether they really are passionate about food. Because see, we all see like the Rameshwaram Cafe is, though it has come in such great sacrifices, hard works, and dedication of Divya and Raghav, we should also understand why and how and for what this name Rameshwaram Cafe they have kept it. One is they have true admiration for Dr. Abdul Kalam ji, and it is his hometown is Rameshwaram, so they kept the name as Rameshwaram Cafe. And the second one is they want to take South Indian food to the greatest, highest standards of to the entire globe, to the pan globe, to the entire India, uh, to spread how authentic and how the hygienic kind of the pattern the South Indian food could be served with quality, and they want to know the entire humankind how great the Indian food is, especially the South Indian food, having so much of qualities and value embedded in it. So they want their franchisee or partners also to love and respect the South Indian food and have a vision and passion to take it to the next level. So it is not just a money you can get a franchisee. You should be passionate about the South Indian food and understand the value and greatness of it. We all know how, in terms of the nutritional and the medicinal and so many other rich culture and value, the South Indian foods are embossed for decades. For millions of years, we know that how good this food culture and how it has come from, and we have read in so the lessons and all we have read so far that what is the greatest value the South Indian food has. So they want to spread it across and take it to the next level. So this is what has made them achieve so much the passion for South Indian food, and even now they work relentlessly, giving their best day and night. As I have quoted also, they come home, Raghav comes to home just to sleep and get back and move on. Divya, even during her pregnancy carrying days, works slogs till 3:30, takes the required small stint of time of rest and again rush back out. So she says, I hate being at home and not a person who won't operate everything from home. I stay at home just for that medical reasons where I need to take rest for the baby and other things. When she even orders her own food from the restaurant to taste, to understand how the packing food comes with quality. The packing is good because it takes 1 hour, sometimes half an hour, 1 hour from the outlet to reach to their house. And even at the restaurant, nobody knows that Divya's order. She orders it like a normal customer. When the food comes, she tastes and understand people having a food at their outlet, hot and the immediate from the counter, and how the food tastes after half an hour, 1 hour when it is delivered through Swiggy or Zomato or whatever it is. So she very clearly, their goal is very clear. They're so passionate. So the you may have so much of passion when you have so much of admiration to what you do. Ultimately, we will all succeed. The only simple the suggestion, the advice they gave to all the people who are aspiring to build their empires is come out of your comfort zone. Don't think that you can go to a 9 to 6 job, come back home, relax with your friends, and build an empire. Never you're going to do it. Then stick on to the job. That at least you'll have that limitation of peace of mind where this is what my journey is, and I'm contented with this. But if you want to do something to the society, establish a big empire, you want to ensure that you chase your dreams and you want to grow up in life to the next level, then come on, guys, come out of your comfort zone, give one step further to chase your dream, to envision your dreams. God is there to support you, and ultimately, you will also be building your own empire. And this is about the graceful story of the Rameshwaram Café. As we all know that it is beautiful love stories also involved in this, where Divya, though she supported Raghav in a business, and they started one branch, and when the next branch was also going to get launched, Raghav asked Divya, you've been my business partner, why not you come into my life as my life partner also? Because ultimately, Divya being the lucky charm for Raghav, and we can all understand that this greatness would have not occurred of this combination of Divya coming into the life of Raghav and supporting and complimenting him wouldn't been not done by Divya, then this entire history may not have even occurred. So it is. You can understand that it is true love, true hard work, sheer passion will never fail. So step out of your comfort zone, friends, and wish you all a great success to build your own empire. God bless you, dears. Take care.